You have been preparing for this for months. You have mastered your problem-solving skills. But even the most seasoned candidates can stumble upon common pitfalls that can hinder their chances of cracking interviews. So, let's dive into 5 common mistakes that can trip you up in coding interviews. These are practical tips to help you navigate through them like a pro. Mistake 1. Overlooking programming foundation. Sometimes we get caught up in the latest JavaScript frameworks or libraries that we forget about the basics. Imagine this. You are interviewing for the front-end developer role and you are asked to explain how HTML and CSS work together. You freeze, realizing that you haven't touched them since your beginner days. Here's the thing, many interviewers still test your knowledge of foundational programming skills. So, don't neglect them. Take your time to go through the basics. Mistake 2. Not testing your code. You have just finished writing your code for an interview. You're feeling pretty confident until the interviewer asks you, have you tested your code? Suddenly, you realize you haven't. In interviews, you may not have the luxury of writing fully fleshed out unit tests or testing your code on an interface. But that doesn't mean you can't test it at all. Take a couple of simple inputs, throw in some edge cases, and walk through your code step by step. Trust me, it's better to catch those bugs yourself than have the interviewer point them out to you. Mistake 3. Unclear or inefficient code. Let's face it, nobody likes reading messy code. If your variable names are cryptic, formatting is all over the place, and you skip comments, then chances are your interviewer won't be impressed. Instead, strive for clean, readable code. Use meaningful variable and function names. Follow a consistent formatting guideline and add comments where necessary. Remember, your code should be like a well-written story, easy to follow and understand. Mistake 4. Ignoring edge cases. The ideal scenario where things work out perfectly. But what about the time when things don't go according to plan? Ignoring edge cases like invalid inputs or unexpected conditions can lead to some serious headache down the line. During your interview, don't just focus on ideal scenarios. Take time to consider edge cases and demonstrate how you would handle them gracefully. This shows your interviewer that you are thorough and can tackle real-world problems head-on. Mistake 5. Whiteboard coding. You are in a technical on-site interview and you are asked to write a code on the whiteboard. But here's the thing, you didn't prepare well for this. For many candidates, coding on a whiteboard can be incredibly uncomfortable. There's no copy and paste, no shortcuts, and it's completely inconvenient to edit or insert. You might find yourself missing your favorite text editor or IDE. When you are scribbling away on the whiteboard, those mistakes are magnified. From writing pseudocodes to incomplete functions, bad code style, and unclear handwriting, the list goes on. But here's the deal. Most tech companies won't hire people without checking their code. So, it's inevitable that you are asked to write a code in an on-site interview. The rule of thumb? Always make sure to write down the solution on a whiteboard or a piece of paper instead of just keeping it in your mind. So, there you have it. 5 common mistakes to watch out for in a coding interview. Remember, everyone has anxiety over the interview process. But by being mindful of these pitfalls, you can significantly improve your chances of getting your dream tech job. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips and insights on acing your coding interview. Until next time, happy coding!